Durag Diaries. Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to another North Divide. I mean, it's definitely not on good terms today. Definitely not on good terms. I've been cooked. I've been fried. I've been boiled. I even attended my own funeral. I didn't know that was possible, but I attended my own funeral. They made me read a little eulogy and all them things. And yeah, man, I mean, we're in the mud. Hooks is gonna have enough to say on that when he does jump in. And yeah, I mean, look, Arsenal obviously they got their win, they got 3 points, but the referee done them dirty. It's fair to say. And Spurs, shit. Oh, here we go. Here we go. My light Hooks is in the building. Big up to you, my bro. What are you saying?
I'm mash up, man.
Yeah,
I'm mad ill. I won't lie to you. I'm mad ill. I'm on a calm one today, man. I'm getting punched up, blood. I won't lie. So
what are you saying? Them late Friday night trench talks are getting to you.
But no, I just flew, man. Like there's just some flu thing going around, and it's just it's harassing me. So I was so close to not doing a stream in the morning, but I thought, Bunny, I gotta do something just to, you get me, to have done something. But yeah, but man, I've been back in all types of medicine, cause
I hear it. Make sure you guys are sending your wishes, to make sure Hooks can get better. And the way you can do that is by supporting the channel. Make sure, look, Hooks's channel is in the name of the video. Road to 4K, no longer 3.5, because I'm pretty sure you hit that, right? Road to 4. All right. See, road to 4K, my people. Let's get him to 5K. We need to get to 5K before the end of Feb. It's quick growth. You know what? This year's about growth. I said it. Pause. But the man them are all elevating, and that's what we're here for. So make sure you like on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the man them's channels. And 100% big up to Saeed for the raid. Everyone that's come over from Saeed's channel. Beans and Toast, like he says, like up the damn stream. Big up to Deluded DG, always got enough energy. Durag Diaries, man like Hyper. Big up to the broski, and then big up to that's a mad name, bro. That's a hooky dookie. Aye, as a lot of people are saying, Ange out, Poster no clue, Flange out. Aye, there's a lot. And hey, shout out to Dolce Gabbana.
What are you saying, though?
Yeah, I mean, let's get into it. It. Spurs lose yet again against another team that's below them, another team that they should really be blowing out the water, and I ain't got no excuses for it. I'll be real. I ain't got no excuses. We should have won the game. Despite injuries, we should have won the game and made bad decisions, and ultimately the loss is on Ange, innit? Like that loss is on Ange, the game's on Ange. The fact that we can't get through these games is on the players just not being good enough. Grenade launcher football with Pedro Porro. You got just poor positional discipline from the midfield. Literally that's Porro, bro. That is Porro. Just dashing it, bro. Just dashing, man. I wanna be a hero. Oh, like that's him, like right Perry settings, bro. Man, I wants to be the hero, trying to do up the mad thing, trying to play the ball through the lines, trying to long range shot.
Launches, man.
People saw, there was one moment in the second half, clean through. All he had to do was lay it across the box, 2-2. Man wanted to be the hero. Bruno Fernandes setting, rosses it wide, and yeah, man, like it's one of those ones right now. Whereas I know a lot of people want me to go mad. They want to see the crash out. They want to see what Fuad. I can't lie, Fuad. I feel your pain, but man smashed his head up against the frame. They're seeing, they're seeing a lot of the Tottenham fans crash out. I'm not gonna crash out because we've been in the same situation for the past couple of weeks. So naturally, I'm just deflated. I'm dejected. I ain't really got that much emotional attachment to the team right now because we're at where we're at, and we've been speaking. I'm here speaking about this so often. Nearly every other day, we're talking about how bad Spurs are. So, yeah, man, like we're in the mud. We've got to start to embrace it. Road to 40 points. Road to 40 points has begun, and yeah, man.
You're not in mud. You're not in mud. You're in quicksand, bro. You're in quicksand. You're not in mud. You're in quicksand, bro. Mud is what Man United's in. You're in worse than that, man. You're in quicksand. You get it. Big up A squared. But obviously I didn't watch the game, innit? I watched the match of the day. I'm not gonna lie. I can't really remember their first goal, innit? But
I'll explain it to you. So what
the second
happened?
goal-
Literally straight after the first half, the same thing as the first goal. Porro gets the ball, short pass into Bentancur, gets intercepted on the break, and they score in it.
oh yeah, the Vardy thing. Yeah, coming back. But the second goal, 1,000,000%, your keeper should be saving that.
Nah,
I
don't look at the goalkeeper.
1,000,000,000%. 1,000,000,000%, your goalkeeper should be saving that.
But
That's
so you
poor goalkeeping.
so when you look at that goal, you say poor goalkeeping rather than poor play.
No, it's poor everything. But obviously, I watched match of the day, so I'm only really remembering the shot in it. But that's definitely something the keeper should be saving, bro. Like that's bread and butter for the goalkeeper, bro.
The thing is, when you look at how that goal broke down,
It wasn't even a hard shot. It wasn't even. It was a place thing.
Nah,
like,
it wasn't. It was a place thing right into the corner,
it.
and the reason the player could place it right into the corner and put it into that, I feel like it was in that zone where it was so good the keeper couldn't have saved it, and it was just right in the corner, and it was perfect weighted goal. The guy had El Canoes had so much time to walk up to the edge of the box and just place that into the corner. That's where the problem was, and that's where I get onto. And I can't lie, can't defend the man. I've been saying, and although you've been getting on to me and saying you're not calling him out, I have pointed out numerous of times that our midfield and the positional discipline from our midfield players has been an issue. It's been a problem. We look like Ten Hag at times, and that in particular, Ben 10, he's not a 6. He's not a 6. Ange can't come out at the end of the game and tell me Pap Sarr's injured, so Archie Gray and needed to. Oh, so Pap Sarr's gonna play, or we needed to play him. Archie Gray's a midfielder. He could have played midfield. Regular Don could have played left back. It's not hard. Like it's a simple solution, but man's overcomplicating it. He's all here trying to do. Oh, I don't really like this player, so let me try. Okay, so I'm gonna overwork the players I do like, so they get injured, so I can't use them in the next game against harder teams. His decision making is not adding up. He's doing 1 + 1 = 3 right now, and he's killing himself. So at this point, I have to sit here and I have to evaluate the situation for what it is. And like you say, it's not being a flip-flop or anything. It's just evaluating the situation for what it is, yeah? We've lost against Palace, lost against Brighton, we've lost against Everton, we've lost against Leicester, we've lost against Wolves. These are 5 teams in and around us. Ipswich, that we 6 that we should have beat. We've lost 13 fucking games, bruv. 13 games this season.
If you lose your next game, yeah, you know you've lost double the games that you've won.
Yes. I know all the stats. I've looked at them. I've lived this. I know how bad it is. It's getting worse. It keeps going down. But
I don't think it can get worse. And do you know why I say that? Because I mean it's all good, well and like banter, all of them things there, but you man are not getting relegated. Like it's just not gonna happen. Like Tottenham.
That's what they say. I'll be honest.
It's just not gonna happen.
I've been look. Have I not said I've been where you are right now? That's where I've been for the last 5 games. Remember against Tamworth, I said we can't lose against Tamworth. We got to slap them 3 or 4 easy. We drew 2. We drew against non-league side. Same thing. You remember actually? I don't know if you was on that stream actually that morning, but Everton. I remember pre-game Everton, the Sunday stream on Never a Foul. There was people there. Everyone, all the rivals, were going 3-0 Spurs, 4-0 Spurs. I was going, nah. I'm gonna go 2-1. I'm gonna say we will get through it 2-1, but I don't know where you man are going with this one. Surely Spurs can't lose. Lo and behold, 3-0 at half time. Again, Leicester. I said it on your stream when we done the prediction show. Again, Friday. No, but what did I say, bro? I remember what I said after the Hoffenheim game. But bro, come on, let's do the unbiased. After the Hoffenheim game, I did say to you, I said, bro, I'm struggling to see where I can get any confidence from. But surely Leicester 7 games in a row. They ain't won. They ain't won since December the 3rd. We gotta win. Spurs find a way to lose. So I'm not gonna sit here and do Tottenham above relegation thing. I ain't gonna do.
You actually predicted 3-1 win though.
I did, and I said Maddison would be my man of the match. Maddison late fitness test wasn't available, and we only found out on the day. Unfortunate, cool. Maybe he should have been available, and it would have changed the fortunes. But ultimately, we had enough players on the field to get the job done. Now, Yeah, I can only look at the manager for that, and I can only sit here and acknowledge the facts for where it is. Tottenham are well and truly in the mud. We only have the cup
Quicksand.
competitions to play for, and
Quicksand.
this is the worst position we've been in the Premier League for 25 years.
I
In
was
my
trying to
whole
tell,
life, as a Spurs
I was
fan.
trying to tell Deji last night, yeah, on Never Found that you're not in all these competitions because you're not beating
Big up, Tony.
you're not drawing or beating Liverpool at Anfield. Like, can we just be real? Can we just be real now? Like, can we just be real? Like, the same Tottenham team that lost to Everton, that lost to Leicester, that lost to Ipswich, that drew with Wolves, that needed to go all the way
Big facts,
into
bro.
extra time to beat Tamworth, is gonna go to Anfield and not concede one goal. Can we be real?
I think what you're failing
real.
to realize is Tottenham don't have to win that game, and that's what I've said. I've been very consistent in saying I think Spurs
Yeah.
can go there and get a draw, and a draw gets us through, and that's all we need.
Yeah. I hear that, but can we agree that Liverpool are scoring a goal at Anfield?
But come on, bro. I've said I literally said to you on the watch on the prediction that Leicester were guaranteed to score a goal against us. I said
Exactly,
Everton were guaranteed to score a goal. So
hear me out.
Liverpool are the best attack in the league.
So hear me out. So do you think it just ends at them scoring one goal?
Well, what I think is that Tottenham will have a better players available, better defense available. So potentially we could get through the game with them being 1-1 or a 2-2 draw. Am I confident? Am I confident in Spurs getting through at this point? No. I'm not confident in us getting through in any of our games. I don't really know where Spurs' next win is coming from. Yes, look, I'm telling you guys what you want to hear. This is literally you guys want me to come out and say Spurs are shit. Spurs aren't going to win.
I don't want anything,
no, because all season people come out and say, "Oh, Jords, why don't you just admit things? Jords, why are you being positive? Jords, All right, we're shit. We are rubbish. Man. I don't see where Spurs are going to get a win coming up.
I don't want that, man. I want the happy Jords. I want the positive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you do.
Man. Never defeated. You know what I mean? Because you might not get ready. It's just not happening. Like, do you know why? Yeah. It's not even because you man will win games. It's not even because of that. It's because there's a 8-point gap between you and Wolves and what Southampton are done. They're on 6 points in it. But there's a if Southampton catch you up, by the way,
definitely.
By the way, if Southampton don't get relegated and you do, then fold the club. But by the way, 8 points between you and Wolves and Ipswich.
I understand.
So it's more about like I don't know, that would require them to win 3 games and you to lose 3 games.
Look,
I don't think that can happen.
The thing is though, is I can't predict another Tottenham win coming up over the next couple games unless we sign, I don't know, make a big star signing. My fortunes might change. Maybe I'll get deluded again and start, believing and putting my faith into the team because that's just what they do. Just when they pull you out, they drag you all the way back in. And maybe if we make a big signing, that could happen. But right now, unless anything changes with regards to managerial situation, I don't know, bringing a Xavi. That's the only manager I think would be a cold, but he's not coming Spurs. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he's not Spurs.
No, I know. So unless something massive changes like that, I can't predict us to go into any of these games and say we're going to win. Now, do I think Southampton and Ipswich are going to go and win games? Probably not. I think the problem will be is they won't be able to close the gap. But our biggest problem is Tottenham don't draw games. We would be in a much better position if we just drew. A lot of these 13 games, a lot of them are small margins. The games that we're losing are by 1 goal. The Ipswich, the Palaces, the Leicesters, they're all literally 1 goal. If Spurs drew a few of these games, we'd be in a better position. But we drew 3 games, and I think even last year we only drew 3 or 4. So with Postecoglou, it's either you win heavy where you beat a team 3 or 4-1, or you lose by narrow margins, and that's what's killing us is the narrow margins because we haven't got players with the right mentality to pull a hat out of the bag in the last moment and just cut those narrow margins and make it thin. But look, right now, again, our senior players just aren't. Well, to be honest, most of them aren't there at the moment, so I can't even look at them. I will say, someone asked me, "Is Son finished or where was Sonny yesterday?" I actually think Sonny didn't have a bad game yesterday per se. His first half, he was taking. He was taking the mantle to be the guy to make something happen, getting it in off the left. We saw him almost put the ball in with a great curling shot, and he had a few decent chances and tried to do stuff. But I think, again, one of the issues is Andrew's overplaying players. Sonny can't play 2 games a week, but he played midweek for 90 minutes nearly. And then again, Kulu's played 90 minutes midweek, played 90 minutes on the weekend. These guys are dead on their feet. And he's not rotating. He's not using the young players. So I'm sorry. I'm trying to be positive, but I just have to sit here and call the facts for what it is. I'm seeing issues. I'm seeing poor decision making, and this is why we're at where we're at right now. It's a combination of bad things. I don't think Ange is the main reason why we're here. I'll maintain that. I think the injuries are one of the biggest reasons, and then the fact that the lack of good squad building and good squad management pre-season is why we're here. But ultimately, the manager's poor decisions in games and that the fact that we can't get through some of these games is where we're killing ourselves. So 15th place, we are on the road to 40 points, and that is it. If we get 14 points, 40 points, that's where we're at this season. We probably will be lucky to finish off about 40, 44, 46. And top half of the table, it's looking like a myth. It's really looking like a myth. So season could be done, man. Season could be done.
Yeah.
I don't really know what much more else to say on Spurs.
Do you think the only reason why he hasn't been sacked is because you have so many injuries and it would be hard to bring in a replacement that can change anything around?
I just think because the injuries are all coming back, I think that the club, the hierarchy is just holding on to the fact that he could potentially win something in the cups, and they don't want to risk another Jose Mourinho situation where they sack a manager prior to a cup final or prior to a big opportunity to win, and then the fans go, "Oh, you've sacked the manager before a semi-cup fight," which I see both sides. Look, I think that ultimately Ange hasn't done enough in these games to get through them. So if the board did sack him to bring someone else in who they think could manage that cup and try to get us through those cup games, then that also makes sense. But the reason why they've not gone out and made that change is because they've probably not got a manager in mind. Their option to come and change is Ryan Mason. And
I've heard you've been speaking to
Allegri. I've heard about the Pochettino.
I've heard you've been speaking to Pochettino a few times in the last few weeks.
Nah, that's a load of rubbish. Pochettino's just started his career at USA. I don't see him uplifting from Spurs. And also, that man is not allowed in North London, bro. If he comes to North London, if he thinks he's getting a check, nah. He ain't allowed in them ends, bro. If he gets caught on Bruce Grove, I just know where it is.
You wouldn't have him back?
No. Oh, well, I don't want that. Bro, you're basically saying, let me ask you this. Your ex, you was in love with her one day. You were going to marry that girl. We all, everyone gets in a relationship one day. When you're with them, you delude yourself and you think, yeah, we're going to get married to this girl. Once you leave them, they go sleep with another nigga. You taking her back? And so, in fact, that nigga was a guy that you knew. It was a guy that you used to be cool with him one day, but then he snaked you. They're no longer your boy no more. What, you're gonna take her back?
No.
All right, then. All right. So I view it the exact same way, bruv. Pochettino was a guy when I was young. Yeah, he was the guy. I was on Poch. Man used to look up to this guy. Used to see him as the best Spurs manager ever and all these things in my lifetime. Anyway, he was the guy. And then he went and out. And for one, it ended badly. Cool, but we can accept that. Sometimes relationships end badly. The end is never as good as the start. But then what did they go do? They make it even worse. Man went over to Chelsea. He's a dickhead, bruv. He's not allowed in North London ever again, and I won't accept it. I ain't going to sit here and pander for it. Poch ain't allowed. The only other manager I heard we have potentially been talking to or discussing is Allegri. Now, Allegri, when I was on stream before, Lee's all here trying to defend the guy and make out he's a winner and all these things. Cool, I understand he's a winner, but just because he's a winner at other clubs doesn't mean that he's going to come to Spurs and maintain that situation. Now, I don't know what you think of Allegri. Would you take him at Arsenal or do you think he's a good appointment for Spurs?
I wanted him to replace Emery.
A
Actually,
lot of people did at that point.
I wanted him to replace Wenger. Like he was like top of at the
But look
time.
at it now, though, innit? Because now it's 10 years
so,
on, innit?
Yeah, so now it's a bit. I don't know. It's a bit different because I swear he went. Didn't he go back to Juve and have like a really bad spell? I'm pretty sure he did it. He didn't it?
Like
Yeah.
a 2-year spell. It's horrible. The last 2
Yeah,
years.
yeah, yeah. So, but the thing is, yeah, like he's definitely better than Ange Postecoglou. He's still a better manager than Arteta.
He's a better manager, yeah.
He's got
Pedigree.
credit, a lot of credit in the bank. Like but the only thing that I would question with Allegri going to Spurs is Allegri is like he's like Conte and Mourinho in the sense where you have to give him money. That you can't bring in Allegri and tell Allegri, yeah, you have to work with what you've got because Allegri is not going to do that. Allegri wants to buy players. Like, he wants to spend money. And will Levy do that? I don't know. So, if anything, I would say probably more realistic options would be, funny enough, someone like Xavi or that Hertzler brother or someone who doesn't need to, or someone who's cool with not spending so much money and maybe potentially looking at youth from across the globe. And because even if you did get rid of Ange, I don't think that you should deviate from the kind of direction you decided to go in of looking at young talent and, do you know what, building them up. And obviously you want to get a few like experienced heads with a bit of clout in the game here and there, but I'm a fan of youth projects. You know, my club has done it like throughout existence in it. So yeah, I don't know. I just think that you need someone that's not Ange Postecoglou because, like, for me, he's just like, yeah, he's just too stubborn, man. And it just seems like he's only got one way of doing things. When he did try to deviate, he conceded 3 goals in one half versus Everton. Like, he just doesn't have that kind of tactical adaptability that's needed in the Premier League. And you know what? I think he set himself up for failure because when he first came in, come rain or storm, sunshine, whatever it was, we're only playing this way. So you kind of drilled it into the players' mentalities for time that I don't need to worry about nothing else. I'm only going to play this way. This is the only way I'm going to play. So then when you go and ask them to play a different way, they don't know what to fucking do. I mean, they don't know what to do because you've been telling them, come. Even Chelsea had 9 men said, "No, we don't deviate. We do the way we want to play." You know what I mean? So he kind of set himself up for failure. Like if he was a bit of a nicer brother, you know, and wasn't so arrogant and a prick to people that interview him, then I'd feel a bit sorry for him. But because I think he's a bit of an arsehole, I hope he just burns and crumbles and all them things there. And he was the guy that was like, where I came from, we always respected the ref decisions, and then all of a sudden, now he wants to start talking here and there about, the ref this, ref that. But he was the guy that's, you must always respect the referee's decisions. Yeah, because he's a prick. Yeah, you know what I mean? Guys like him, Chiefs. I promise you, bro. Like you will do so much better without this guy at your club, man. He's such a shit manager, bro. He's so crap. I keep on saying it, yeah. His way of playing worked in Japan and in Celtic for 2 reasons. He was managing the best team in the league, and the league's crap. Literally that. Like, it's like, if you go and drop Arsenal in the Azerbaijan league, then yeah, whoever's the manager is going to dominate, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? So, but hey, if you want to be, you know, Anjin until you die, everybody is entitled to support their club however they so wish. I do not police that. But one thing that I think you need to think about that I think is very worrying. Yeah, it'd be good to know your opinion on this, yeah. Isn't this like the 3rd or 4th time, it may even be a bit more, that you've actually been winning and then lost?
3rd or 4th? It's about the 15th time, I think, in like the last year or something.
No, but I mean this season. I was thinking about this season specifically.
I don't know the stat for the season, but I know like across 2024, the biggest thing is at home. That's where it is. It's at home. We go 1-0 up. And I think generally, I can only recall maybe, I think across 2024, and let's just say these next couple of games, it's probably been about 14, 15 times. So across the last 12 months, 11, 13 months, it's happened in double digits. So it's a problem. It's a problem. And this is the thing what like people don't understand. I've not said Ange in. I've not said Ange in like I'm defending the manager. I said I'm not defending Ange. I'm not defending his decisions. I just don't think that the club has a good direction to go in where if we do sack him, it's going to be a clear strategy on how we go forward. You just said it there, and that was my point exactly why I didn't want Allegri, just taking it back. Was because Allegri is not a manager that's going to be here to build. He's not a manager that's going to, try and play with the youth and try and build a project. And when I said this on the other show, people were trying to call me out and say, why do you want a project manager? You should want a manager that wins now. No, because like you said, we're already going in a current direction. We need to stay in the same direction, but just bring in another manager that can, elevate the team and know how to tactically adapt and know how to coach players just a bit better. I've never said that Ange is flawless and that Ange is the only manager that can lead Tottenham to glory. I said I think Ange can lead Tottenham to glory if we bring in the right players. But like you pointed out, with the other teams that he was playing with, he tend to have some of the best players in the league. He tends to have, when he was at Yokohama Tires, whatever their name is, and then Celtic, they were two of the best teams in the league. So he was competing at the highest levels, like at Man City. Like if you gave him Man City's team, maybe he would be performing to a good level. But ultimately, we don't have Man City's team and we don't have good enough players. And the drop-off from the first team to the second team squad is so drastic. We're seeing even worse Tottenham right now. So, yeah, Ange is definitely accountable for that. Ange is at fault for that. And we can't take nothing away. I said it after the... who was our last Everton game? I said it's a sackable offense after Everton game. And if he can't get through these next 3 games, most importantly, this Leicester game, then I can't no longer defend him. And that's where I'm at right now. I can't no longer defend him. I can't defend his decision-making. Again, just continuously forcing players through injury and these types of things. Like, I don't know what he's doing on that front. And then I had a question from here, Marcus. You keep going on about this Maddison stuff because I was criticizing Maddison. I said Maddison should, like, literally on the Hooks prediction stream, and that's what I was referring to. I feel like Tottenham lost the game because we needed Maddison in that game. We needed someone that could play in the middle, pick the ball up, drive with it, and also play through the lines. We were missing that heavily in the game yesterday. I don't think Maddison's a world beater, but, performing against Leicester doesn't make you a great player, Marcus. So, yes, I do think that we've missed James Maddison, but then you're trying to use the same stick to beat Kulu down with when Kulu's played literally every 90 minutes over the past 6 weeks. He's obviously playing great, not playing great at the moment because one, he's not in his favored position, being in the middle where he's created the most impact for Spurs and created nearly the most chance in the league. And also because he's playing so often, he's dead on his feet. So Kulusevski wasn't necessarily bad in that game. Maybe could have done more, but again, he's playing so often right now that I think Kulusevski is one player that should get grace. He's been our best player in the league this season, and he's not had a rest. Everyone else has had a rest. But yeah, like we're back to Ange and your point of Ange. I'm not ultimately, Ange, like defend Ange in. Like, cool. Like Ange, I've been defending Ange and defending some of his decisions, but up until now, and where we're at right now, there's nothing more to see from Ange. I think he's done enough for the club. He's got us to where we're at right now. And unless, like, again, I've always said if we don't finish in a better position than we did last year and win a trophy, then the season would be considered a failure. Now, we're definitely not finishing in a better position than last season. So he's literally he has to win. He has to win a cup. Now, if he doesn't win a cup, the season's done. But at this point, he's literally got the 2 main cups next week, and that's the cup competitions. Now, for me, it's literally all or nothing. It's all or nothing in those games.
I think he gets sacked if he loses to Liverpool,
He might, but I don't think it. Yeah, he might, and it might be a decent decision. Liverpool one's going to be the biggest one.
Yeah, because all due respect, you're not winning the FA Cup. All due respect, you're not winning Europa League. Like, it's just not going to happen. So
I think there's very good possibilities of it.
No, there's not, bro. They're just really not.
Obviously, you want us to be in your position so bad, innit? But we'll get on to Arsenal after. You can say your point. My bad.
I just do you know what's mad? Yeah, you've actually got two very very important games coming up. One of which being Man United at your ground, and then right after Ipswich away. You, depending on how that Brentford game goes, you could actually be in the relegation zone after the Ipswich game. And because
you just said you don't believe we're in a relegation fight.
Because I didn't, but then I looked at your fixtures. Because remember last week I wasn't allowed to look at the fixtures. Remember you told me I'm not allowed to look at.
I said that I don't try to count points out of fixtures, and I still won't. So this is you talking though, so do what you want.
But hey, just saying, the day you play Ipswich, yeah, my birthday, blood. Tottenham definitely ain't winning on my birthday, blood. Do you know what I mean? that definitely ain't happening.
Scott, send me the link to this. What do you mean we're trying to sign players for summer? Are we moving like Arsenal, cuz? What the fuck is going on? What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean? I just lost to Leicester and we're trying to sign players for the summer. A summer that we don't know which manager we're gonna have. No, don't take this. Send me that link, Scott, man. What is going on over here? What is going on? Sorry, Hooks, carry on, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, your head's gone. I know your head's gone, but there's no way that you might have winning on my birthday, so that's a loss. Yeah, so you just have to hold that.
Yeah, I guess. Look, there's not really much more to say on Spurs. We're mudded. We're in the gutter. We're in the sewer.
In the ghetto.
Absolutely shit. And I saw expressions said, and he wasn't lying. From Lily Wipes to Lily Phillips, it's dark.
Yeah, it's dark, bro.
It's dark.
Yeah, North London wet.
Moving on, as we know, it's the North Divide. Going on over to the other side of North London, you know, Islington and them things. They had just another in typical Arsenal fashion, another week where we can talk about the referees and how the referees have done Arsenal dirty. But fortunately, this time they got the 3 points, which is the most important thing.
You mean fortunately?
What do you? Pardon?
You mean fortunately?
Yeah, I said fortunately.
Didn't you said unfortunately?
No, I said fortunately.
No, you didn't. You said unfortunately they got the 3 points.
Regardless, it is unfortunate anyway. It is unfortunate for me, fortunate for you. You got the 3 points and ultimately walked away winners. What's your thoughts on that game? How did you think it played out? And we'll talk about the decision after, just about the game at first.
I think we played crap, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I think we played crap, man. Like, we was super comfortable in the first half. Like, we was missing hella chances. Probably another game where we should have had the game buried a lot earlier than what we did. I don't really think we had the game buried at any point, even at 1-0. Do you know what the thing is? We're lucky it was Wolves. That's what it is. We're lucky that it was Wolves. And Wolves are shit at the moment. Because if that was any other team, I think we lose that game. Like, we just didn't really have any, like, do you know what I mean? And it's understandable because, like, a lot of the players that are playing have played a lot of minutes. Like, I literally watched Havertz die on the pitch at the end of the game. Like, he literally collapsed. Like, Havertz has covered the third most ground in the Premier League. And he's the only one in, like, the top 10 that's a striker. Like, he's being asked to do way too much. Like, he's, like you said with Kulu, he's played way too many minutes recently. And the thing is, now Jesus is injured. There's actually not really anybody that can cover for him. So we're just finding in a lot of places now in our team, we're just like, there's not really anybody to rotate with, really. So I'm looking at the date, seeing the 27th, and I'm thinking, well, we need to sign at least 2 new players minimum in the forwards, by the way. Yeah. Not even just 2 new players, 2 new forwards minimum. There's 5 days left. We're not gonna sign anybody on the 29th because we're playing in the Champions League. It's just not gonna happen. So we got about 4 or 5 days to actually sort something out. So it's just Havertz missed bare chances. Be it as it may, I think the
very clear cut ones at that. The headless.
The Jose Sarr one, I think, was a good save from Jose Sarr. Like, he puts it low at an angle, good save. Uses his leg. I think that was a good save. But like, the reason why I don't get mad like other Arsenal fans when Havertz misses chances is because I know that Havertz isn't clinical. Do you know what I mean? I know that you give him like 5 chances, he probably only scores 1. I know this. So I can't really get mad at something I know in it. It's like, I don't know, it's like if I was to put Havertz as a defender, he's not a defender, so I know he's going to concede goals.
I remember we had this conversation last week, to be fair. I remember we did have this conversation about the attacking players for Arsenal and the fact that they continuously miss chances. So you can't really get mad at people when they miss chances. Just like with these Chelsea fans with Action Jackson, like he's missing chance after chance. It's like, bro, we told you this is him as a player. But you know what? With Arsenal with that game, I looked at it and same as you, I thought the performance was bad. Yeah. But I think it's one of those games that shows, you know, to your character at times, because the fact that you had the red card go against you and you managed to, even though they get a red card, the fact they got a red card probably helped the fact that you won the game. But I mean, it evens out. I don't think
we win the game if they don't get the red card.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think you do win the game if they don't get
I think it stays 0-0, or maybe they get like a last minute goal, like some stupid corner or something.
Well, I mean, justice was served. The red card went to them the same way the red card went to you, and yours was probably unfair. Theirs one was rightly given. Do you think, I mean, talking about it just on their side of things really quick, Cunha, you've spoken about him being a guy that you want to sign. What did you think of his audition yesterday? Because it was atrocious. He looked like a guy who turned up to a job interview wearing like every single piece, a 3-piece suit, you know, had the shiny shoes on, he had a chain on, you know, he's doing too much. He's doing way too much.
In all fairness, like nobody in Wolves was really doing anything. Do you know what I mean? Like when I say we played bad by our standards, but our bad is still better than Wolves. Like we still dominated the ball. Like we dominated the possession. Like, yeah, there was a few times they had breaks, but like they didn't really coordinate anything well. Like the only thing I can really remember from Cunha is a few nice passes here and there, and he had that one shot from like outside the box. I was like, oh, okay, that's a decent strike, but it's difficult. It's difficult for man. Do you know what I mean? It's difficult. It's actually difficult. Oh, okay. That's the brother that Kat sent in the video to the group chat. I saw that. Okay, that must be the brother.
Okay.
Big up. Yeah.
Big up.
Well, if it's the same guy, he was slewing Wolfie. But yeah, like it's like you know what it is, yeah. I don't like. So whenever I'm linked with a player, I don't like judging the player when they play my team. I don't like doing that for a few reasons. One of the reasons is I already know, especially if they play for a worse team, because it's like I didn't really expect you to do anything anyway, because I expect my team to completely obliterate your team, innit? And then on top of that, we already know that we don't want to be there. So he's probably not playing at his best anyway. We already know he doesn't get on with his manager. And we already know that he's surrounded by nothing but arse and cheeks, bro. Like, let's be real. Like, yeah, there's a few decent players you could pick out, but no one's really pulling their weight at Wolves. It's why Wolves are where Wolves are. So I still want Cunha, personally. I still want him. Like, for me, I've kind of like accepted the fact that I'm probably not gonna get an out-and-out striker.
Yeah,
I've kind of reserved myself. I've kind of accepted that now, because like if we was gonna get Sesko, I think we would have done it by now. And I don't think RB Leipzig is gonna let Sesko go with like
a couple of days left of the window.
I don't think any team is gonna let at any price is gonna let any of their strikers go with Do you know what I mean? So
That's where I'm at right now. I'm really surprised with what like the way the big Premier League clubs are moving, because it's either they're trying to put clubs into a position where they're going to force them to sell because players might push a move, and maybe they know something we don't, and some of the players they're going in for are going to be like, yes, I want to leave right now. But then those players could just mess up their relationships with the club when the club goes, "No, you ain't leaving. You got 6 months, and you're gonna have to wait till summer." And then they might just sit on the sidelines. But like you said, there, spot on. I don't know how the big clubs are moving, because no team around Europe is gonna sell, especially a team that's trying to compete, a team that's trying to do something in Europa League, Champions League, or in their league, or even in the cup. They're not gonna sell their star man or star player with 2 days left of the window. Like, what are we doing here? I don't know what Arsenal is playing at, or any of our clubs playing at in this transfer window at the moment. But just going back to it, because of course we know what happened. Just talking about that actual decision, the red card. Now, on the stream that I just done, the midday live, Lee Gunner was referring to the fact that by the letter of the law, I ain't read the letter of the law because the letter of the law changes so often. I think that's probably where a lot of us miss it. But by the letter of the law, that was a red, because of he did have some contact on the shin. The studs could be considered quite high because it was on the shin/ankle. Where is your mind at with it? Do you just not care because you won the game, or do you think like it has to be called out as a bad decision?
I mean, if we're gonna say by the letter of the law, then Martinez should have got sent off for 2-footed challenge, because studs up 2 foot is a red card by letter of the law.
Yeah.
So this is why I don't really care about the whole letter of the law stuff in it, because like it's like one day it's letter of the law, next day it's refs are allowed interpretation, then it's like back to letter of the law. Like, I don't really care in it. All I know is it shouldn't have been a red. It was a bad decision. It mashed up, like, the thing that annoyed me about it the most is that, like, from the way that I'm seeing it, is it's just a late challenge. Do you know what I mean? And the whole time he's only looking at the ball. So it's just a mistimed challenge in, like, it wasn't even the case of like they was breaking against us with, like, there was hella people covering. Like, he was 70 yards away from the goal. You can tell that there's no intent there. And where his foot actually lands, it's no higher. It's actually lower than where Joao Gomez, can't remember who he did it on, but his what he got his second yellow for, which should have been a straight red. So it's like, but at the end of the day, I don't care, because it's not even that we won the game. It's that it's done. I can't change the decision. The only thing I can hope for is when it goes to appeal, we win the appeal. I would be highly surprised if we didn't, because there's usually ex-footballers on the panel, and they're not going to be like it was a red card. So because they know it's not a red card. So hopefully it will be rescinded. But it's like he's a Miles Lewis Skelly. He's a young brother, just, made his way into the first team, and now because of your, like, I don't know, I hate this guy, bro. He's given my club 8 red cards. He's actually refereed my club 55 times and given me 8 red cards.
Is that a lot? Is that a bad ratio?
Well, do you want to know? Do you want to know what the ratio is?
No, I'm just, because we have to be honest.
Games.
No,
52 games for Liverpool.
Yeah.
1 red card. Yeah. 48. I think it's like 47 or 48 games for Man City. 0 red cards.
Okay. But I think it's fair to say that you have to judge each decision separately. We can't sit here and just look at all of them and say, 8 red cards, because they could all be 8 red cards. Did you think the
Martinelli thing was a red card?
What's the Martinelli one again?
When he got at Wolves, where he got the yellow for disrupting the throw-in and then the foul. Do you think that was that in 2 yellows in the space of a minute? Not even a minute.
They were harsh. They were very harsh. But again, if you go by the letter of the law, he's not necessarily wrong. And that, for me,
but this is the thing, man. You don't see these things happen. That you can't say letter of the law.
I think
because you don't see them happen again.
No, but my point is that the letter of the law backs up his state of thinking and his way
Then do
of
it every
he's going
time.
about it.
Then
So
do it every time. If it's letter of the law, then you have
the
to do it
thing
every
is,
time.
the consistency is going to lack because each decision is
It
subjective. And a lot of these
only
red cards, a
what?
lot of these red cards are subjective, and not all of them are given as red. Some could be yellows. So we have to just look at it from a non-biased perspective and accept the fact that yes, that there will be biases in some of these referees, but I think the biggest problem is the rules itself. If the rules didn't change so often, there wouldn't be a confusion amongst the fans, to the referees, to the world that, oh, this is a red, this is a yellow. It'd be very clear what a red and I mean, back in the day, if we went 10 or 15 years ago back when we were growing up, we were watching ball. I think it was very clear what was red was and what was a yellow. Most challenges rarely got a red unless it was two-footed, stud showing. Anything else is really a yellow card, like unless mad dangerous intent. So it was very clear back then where it was, but now because we've just tried to get away from the fact that football's a contact sport and anytime you touch a player, they go down, it's a yellow, it's a red. That's where all these issues have come from. Let's be honest, that is literally it.
We just got to stop saying letter of the law, yeah, because conveniently, letter of the law only applies when it's Arsenal. Because by the way, it was also Michael Oliver who sent off Trossard at Manchester City, yeah, the second yellow for wasting time at a set piece, yeah. Do you know how many people have received second yellows for wasting time since then?
Probably none.
Exactly.
But they should.
But do you know how many men have wasted time? Not even just in Arsenal games. It's in all games, bro.
Yeah, I know, bro. It happens.
And you haven't seen it again. You haven't seen it again. And man will say victim mentality, but then it's not even that. It's bro. If it is letter of the law, then that means that you must always apply it all the time. No, whenever it happens. Because it's letter of the law, right?
Consistent. There should be more consistency from the referees. I think we all agree on this. But again,
no, we don't, because we don't call it out when the consistency is only there.
We don't call it out every week, though. That's the thing. We only call it out when it happens against our teams, and that's just the long short. The reason why when I mean our teams is in you call it out when it happens against Arsenal. I call it out when it happens against Tottenham. Our teams,
bro.
So our teams, plural. So my point here is the biggest problem.
Let me remind you. Let me remind you. This is the same referee that didn't send off Kovacic against Arsenal for a second yellow offense because he didn't want to ruin the flow of the game. Pardon?
Okay. And the issue still lies in the fact, like you
said.
No,
don't say consistency, bro.
Bro, because you're just gonna sit here and you're gonna say Michael Oliver has an agenda. Michael Oliver wants to see my club. All right, if you think Michael Oliver has an agenda, cool. I'm not gonna look, bro. You're allowed to have your own opinion on it. I don't. Really care.
Just tell me why.
I don't have an emotional attachment.
No. But you say it's not even. I don't have an emotional attachment to it. It's not an agenda, bro. Like, okay.
So you tell me what he has against Arsenal.
Okay,
I need to know.
You say consistency, yeah. You say consistency. So why is it, yeah, that still to this day, yeah, after over like 150 games of football being played in England, yeah, that only Declan Rice and Leandro Trossard have been sent off for wasting time at a set piece?
You're telling me
because that's not even consistency.
But then
that's
again,
not a
consistency for me of where I say it's consistent issues, because why is only one referee applying that? Why?
That's two refs. Because the at Brighton, it wasn't Michael Oliver; it was a different.
I just assumed it was Michael Oliver because
no. It was a different ref because it can't be consistency because we've seen it consistently.
That is my issue, though. Is where I need to understand hooks, though.
No, but you know what consistency would be every game week we're seeing players kicking away the ball in whatever game we're seeing them kick away the ball to waste time, and then in one game a player gets a yellow for it or a second yellow for it, and then in another game the player does the same thing but doesn't get a yellow. or a red. Then it's a consistency issue because that's referees not understanding the rules. That's when it becomes a consistency issue.
No, but then wait,
you can't say it's a consistency issue.
I can tell you, you're just trying to argue for arguments because I literally said to you, I said the referee not understanding the rules. I said it to you there is a big issue. The fact that rules have changed so much over the last couple of years. I think there is some referees that probably don't understand the rules, and VAR is supposed to come in to help
all the way before he got sent off.
And then when you talk about that decision in particular, you're saying it's only been applied twice, and it was both against Arsenal.
It's not consistency, bro. Do you know what it is? They probably realized, if we keep on doing this, there's going to be a lot of red cards this season. So they probably just started turning a blind eye to it.
People in the chat are referring to the fact that Gomez kicked the ball away and he got sent off.
No, but before he got sent off, he didn't. So when he kicked the ball away, he didn't actually get a yellow for kicking the ball away.
Oh, okay. Fairs. Look, I can't sit here and talk about every single decision that's made. I just think that the notion that it's all against Arsenal again is a.
It's not all against Arsenal.
That's how it seems. Wait, let me come in here. Let me come in and explain.
All against Arsenal, bro.
You're making this is why, and people are saying they said victim mentality is because you're making it seem because you're only mentioning Arsenal.
Yes, only Arsenal have received the red for it, bro.
No. But hooks.
Only Arsenal.
Let me get my point out.
Have received the red for it.
You're not understanding what I'm saying, bro. My point here is when you're trying to make it seem like just an Arsenal thing, is because when I mean like the fact that your problem with the referees makes it seem like all the referees are against Arsenal or so on because you guys.
No, they're not all against us.
But you're making it seem that way because you're only talking about decisions what happened to Arsenal. No, wait. Let me talk now. When it happened to Arsenal, when it happened to Tottenham, when it happened to Liverpool, when it happens to every other team, you guys don't care. Fans don't care. Most fans don't care. When we have bad decisions go against us, when you have,
I'm not talking about bad decisions. I'm talking about
bad decisions.
No, that's not true because I thought Southampton got very hard done by for Joe Linton not being sent off. I thought that
that's only this weekend.
Fulham got very hard done by Martinez not getting sent off.
That's only this weekend.
The thing is,
prior. You're talking about the decisions that happened this weekend, and of course it's going to run with your agenda.
But the thing is, it can't be bro. I can't have an agenda because there's not other people being sent off for the things that my players have been sent off for.
Okay, so then that's
how can it be an agenda? It's not like I'm ignoring.
Let me tell you the consistency.
No, you can't. No. How I can't. It's not that I'm ignoring that. Oh, Tottenham. Kulusevski, he got sent off for wasting time, and Martinez, he got sent off for wasting time, and Haaland, he got sent off for wasting time. But I'm only talking about the Arsenal occasions, bro. It's only happened to Arsenal. I cannot talk about any others.
Okay.
There's no others for me.
Clearly, a lack of consistency amongst the referees in calling out the decision, bro. Like you've been going on for 15 minutes talking about the same thing.
I'm done. You don't understand.
You don't understand.
You keep saying consistency, but it can't be consistency.
You're not listening. You're not listening. You keep interrupting every time I try to come back. Let me come back and don't interrupt, bro, and listen. Listen, because I've literally sat here and said the consistency amongst calling out that decision is missing amongst referees. The referees need to call out that decision more. There's no consistency in the decisions that they're making. I've called this out, and you said, oh, but you're just doing it. When I had the handball, I was like, there's no consistency in refereeing decisions because they're not all making sense. The decisions that we had to go against Spurs. I said this weeks ago after that Newcastle game. So the fact that they're making decisions against you and then they're not calling the same decisions in another match lacks consistency. And that's what you're not trying to listen to. You're not trying to hear. You just want to sit here and talk about the fact that Arsenal were hard done by in these two decisions. And it's only Arsenal that had these two decisions go against us for wasting time and so on. Okay, your own fans in League Gunners called out the fact that you waste time in games. He said, we waste so much time. Why are we wasting time?
I know we do.
You still do it. Okay, but your team still does it. Okay, you're not the only team, but the fact...
look, another consistency. That's a consistency issue. That's a consistency issue.
And have I said that? Have I said that?
No, that's a consistency issue. Lee Gunner calling Arsenal out for it. You calling Arsenal out for it. Whoever else calling Arsenal out for it, but not calling out all the other people that waste time.
Because we don't call out shit teams wasting time. You're a good team. That's why. Why are you wasting time? Why are you playing Stoke football? Why are you doing up Stoke FC?
I don't know. I don't want Arsenal to play this way.
Why are you playing for set pieces?
Why are you asking me? I don't want Arsenal to play this way.
I'm asking you.
You're asking the wrong guy, bro.
Arsenal.
Bro, you're asking the wrong guy.
You're here to answer questions for Arsenal.
You know, you're asking the wrong guy, bro, because I'm not the guy that wants us. Bro, when I'm watching us play and I'm watching Timber Bear just bro, I'm screaming at the TV, throw the ball. You can't be talking to me, bro. You know what you gotta do, Mr. Famous Streamer on Saeed's channel and all that. You need to get into a press conference.
He's got more streams than me. You need
to get into a press conference, yeah, and ask Arteta, bro. Why do you keep on?
Bro, why don't you sit here and just answer questions and not do the political thing? I can't. You ask me managers. You ask me questions about Tottenham, and I'm answering. I can't answer questions. I'm asking for your opinion. I'm asking for your evaluation.
I can't answer questions that I don't have the answer to, bro.
Okay. Deflection.
Okay.
Let's move on from it. Let's move on from the game. Let's move on from the game. Can we? I'm ready to move on from the game.
Wait, quickly. I got a question for you. Yeah. What was the first ever chicken and chip shop opened in London called?
Probably PFC. Perfect fried chicken. Come on. I don't know. If you're trying to ask me, I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
No, why would I know that? I'm not
exactly. You don't know the answer, so you can't answer the question, right? You know what I mean? No, man.
This guy's just waffling, man. This is what he does. I don't know if you guys have probably been watching for long enough now, but when Hooks knows that he's caught in a trap, he's gonna go, I don't have the answer. You need to ask my manager.
I can't be caught in a trap.
You need to ask someone. You need to ask someone that actually knows the answer to your questions, because I don't have all the answers.
I don't have all the answers.
I asked you why you're playing a certain way.
I think that's very humble of you.
You're defending.
I think that shows that I have humility.
No, it means you're defending.
I don't know the answer to everything.
That's fine.
I think that shows I'm a humble brother. Fine.
Moving on, back to Arsenal. We've had a few people ask in the chat whether you think Lookman would be the right guy to sign for this window and whether he would.
I wanted Lookman in the summer, bro.
I'm literally asking questions from the chat. That's all
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why we didn't sign him in the summer. He's not expensive, and he solves all our problems. On the left wing, at least, he solves all our problems.
Yeah,
he's better than Martinelli by leaps and bounds. He's better than Trossard by leaps and bounds. You wouldn't even have to give him high wages. He's played in the Premier League before. I mean, it's at this point. This is why I say, like, certain questions, you have to lean on your famousness, Saeed TV and all that, and get into an Arsenal press conference and ask Arteta these questions, bro. Because I don't have the answer, bro. I don't know. I
only asked you if you think he would be. I didn't say why did you not sign him. I didn't. That wasn't my question. You do have an answer to that question.
There we go. Lookman probably watches your stream. So Ademola, I beg, can you just shout someone from Arsenal and tell them to tell Arteta to sign me, bro?
I asked you your opinion on the signing. Didn't say why didn't you sign him. So,
my opinion, I think it would be an amazing signing.
But that's what I said. I said the people in the chat are asking whether you think he would improve Arsenal's attack. I didn't say 100%. Why didn't Arsenal sign him. So what do you mean?
100
why do I need? So can you answer that question, or does Arteta need to answer?
I think not only does Ademola Lookman improve my attack, he improves Chelsea's attack, he improves Tottenham's attack, he improves Manchester United's attack, he improves Liverpool's attack, he improves Man City's attack, bro. He improves Newcastle's attack, Nottingham Forest's attack, like, bro, Aston Villa's attack, bro. He in the Prem, there's not a team that he doesn't go to and improve their attack. Bro, he is an amazing player. I know, and some people may have their ums and ahs about him because whenever he's played in the Prem, he hasn't performed to the same level that he has playing over at Atlanta or when he's been in Germany. But he's older now. You know what I mean? He's got a bit more experience now. He's a bit more mature. Like he's won big trophies. Like, do you know what I mean? He's kind of he's leveled up a bit in it. So I think those must because I still remember, was it when he was at Fulham when he did that Panenka penalty and completely mashed up the thing? Yeah, completely mashed up the thing. But he's older now, so I don't think it'd be so much of a problem anymore. So I'm surprised we're 27 days in and nobody's hollered him.
Yeah, to be fair, I think we've said it quite a few times, and I think I'm just surprised that none of the big clubs have moved a lot in this window. And there must be something going on behind the scenes that the Premier League clubs know that all the Premier League fans don't know about, because there's generally been no money spent apart from Manchester City. And I mean, everything with regards to Manchester City's spending has alluded to the fact that they've beat their case, which we should be finding out over the next month or two what's actually happened to those 115 charges. I'm pretty sure that's what everyone's saying. They're spending money the way they are because they beat the case, but they may have a slap on the wrist, like a one transfer ban for like a season or something, which I suppose is a slap on the wrist for them if they sign players right now before then. But people, I've been hearing the likes is around like 50. That's very, 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 very unacceptable. We still got 145 people in here.
Very dead.
So let's just make sure you smash that like button before you head out. Let's get those likes up to like 75 real quick. We can do that. I know there's definitely at least 50 people in the video that haven't liked the video. So if half of you can smash that like button real quick, let's get that up to 75, as the guy Mustafa says here. Just very briefly, just to say, Josh, I can't believe Spurs are looking at signing 2 further young players.
I saw that,
players, for the summer. I've heard about Angel Gomez. That's been, around for quite some time. But Diblin's a good player. He's not a needle mover.
Amazing. He's an amazing player.
But is he a needle mover? Would you at this point, just good question. This is actually a good question then. Would you at this point, knowing that he's, let's just say, better than Martinelli, I know he don't play on the left side, but let's just imagine he plays on the left-hand side, you would sign him to push you on for the title?
Yes. I think he would be the perfect rotation for Saka.
Yeah, he probably would be rotation, but at Spurs, I don't think he comes in as rotation.
I think he's good enough to. I think he's good enough to. But I think he's good enough to play first team. I don't know if he's good enough to knock someone like Saka off their. You get it, but
yeah,
he's definitely better than Brennan Johnson.
I mean, yeah, he is. that is fair. He's definitely better than Brennan Johnson. I just don't know if he's the needle mover that we need in it. I've got reserves about the signing, not about him as a player, just about the signing for what Tottenham need. I don't think he is that guy. But again, if we do sign him, then we've got this Hjok guy. We've got him and Brennan Johnson. Like, Brennan Johnson doesn't fit in the squad no more because we've got 2 right wings that are supposedly supposed to come through. And then the left-hand side's pretty much packed up. And yeah, I don't really know what happens to Brennan Johnson after that. So we will have to see. But big up to everyone that has been inside. I do have to remind you yet again, Hooks is on the road to 4K. So make sure you get at his channel in the name of the video, in the description. So make sure you don't miss it. Make sure you subscribe to my thing. We're on the road to 1.5/2K. We're trying to build up the thing. So make sure you subscribe. I do have another show later on today. Home Truths. I've got an OG Spurs fan. If you're on Spurs Twitter, you know about Ash. Man like Ash. He's coming to give some real home truths about Spurs. Share his opinion. He was supposed to be on Boardroom Talks last time, but we got him back. And we should be having a Boardroom Talks tomorrow at 9 p.m. Emergency boardroom meeting needed after the past couple games. And Ange may not be here tomorrow. I know we've seen the news saying that he will be. He may not. There may be a club statement. Deji insisted there was going to be one today. Maybe he's just a day late. It might come out tomorrow. So yeah, big up to everyone inside. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And yeah, man, thanks for checking in. It's been another North Divide. Be back at 2 p.m. next week.